What has happened with Bitcoin in El Salvador? Let's take a look at some of the events that have taken place in this country under President Nayib Bukele's leadership. On September 7, 2021, El Salvador became the first country in the world to adopt Bitcoin as a legal tender alongside the US dollar. The country's legislative assembly approved the Bitcoin law. El Salvador's government launched the Chivo digital wallet to facilitate Bitcoin transactions for its citizens. Chivo is slang for cool in El Salvador. The wallet was designed to provide $30 worth of Bitcoin to each registered user. El Salvador announced plans to use geothermal energy from volcanoes to power Bitcoin mining operations. This initiative aimed to make Bitcoin mining more sustainable and environmentally friendly. El Salvador announced the issuance of Bitcoin bonds to fund various infrastructure projects, including Bitcoin City. The International Monetary Fund, IMF, expressed concerns about El Salvador's adoption of Bitcoin as legal tender, citing potential economic and financial risks, although it may just not be in the IMF's interest. El Salvador installed Bitcoin ATMs across the country, allowing citizens to buy and sell Bitcoin using cash. The Bitcoin law faced opposition and protests within El Salvador, with some citizens expressing concerns about the volatility and potential risks associated with Bitcoin. The launch of the Chivo wallet was accompanied by technical glitches and issues, including concerns about security and functionality. El Salvador announced plans to build a state-owned Bitcoin mining farm using renewable energy from the country's volcanoes. The government encouraged the use of Bitcoin for remittances sent by Salvadorans working abroad. This aimed to reduce the cost of remittance transactions. The government announced that it would create a Bitcoin city near the Conchagua volcano, with zero income, property, capital gains or payroll taxes. The city would be funded by a $1 billion bond offering backed by Bitcoin. Here are some highlights of this announcement made by the President of El Salvador, Nayib Bukele.
So actually, what I was going to present to you, Bitcoin City. There you have El Salvador, you have the geothermal plant. Well, close to there. The Fonsecan Gulf. And it's going to include everything: residential areas, commercial areas, services, museums, entertainment, bars, restaurants, airport, port, rail, everything devoted to Bitcoin. So at the beginning, we will power the city with the old volcano and power plant, but then we will build a new one right next to the city. And the volcano will power the whole city and will also power the mining. And in the middle, you would have a huge plaza, which would be from the air, you will look at it as a Bitcoin sign. So you have everything. Regulations, new economic policies, digital zones. The Fonsecan Gulf is shared by Honduras, Nicaragua, and El Salvador. So this will be in an international area. The government will provide the land, the public infrastructure, the economic areas will attract investors that will contribute to the development and construction of the city. And of course, Bitcoin City is committed to free and equal access to everything. We'll have digital and tech educations, and the social polycentric urban configuration, which has a small dent for the volcano there. That's the division. I will not bore you with those things, but you have social amenities, residential, the green areas, and we're going to have industrial and office space, and also everything is going to be a digital environment. Everything has been taken into consideration: recreation, electricity, water treatment and waste management, etc. The volcano, will, you know how it works. It powers the hot water steam that powers the turbine, that powers an energy generator, and then we have electricity, crypto mining, warehousing, tourism, entertainment, and culture and sports. Everything clean and coming from the volcano. In Bitcoin City, of course, it's in El Salvador, so Bitcoin is legal tender. That's nice. Not enough, probably nothing. But we'll have zero income tax, zero capital gains tax, zero property tax. I mean, if you're making a huge building, you don't want to pay property tax for that. Zero payroll tax. We want you to hire people, not to pay taxes for hiring people. Zero municipal taxes. And zero CO2 emissions. Because this is a fully ecological city that works and it's energized by a volcano. So that's Bitcoin City, everybody.
Although Bitcoin City hasn't yet started, El Salvador's dollar bonds have returned 70% through August of 2023, implicitly approving its Bitcoin strategy, according to Joe Perry's from Crypto on the Street. Thanks for watching. Click the like and subscribe buttons to stay informed.